So far you've done a huge amount of stabilisation work with me, because I've wanted to keep you strong in these times that we're maybe not getting out and about as much. So I'm now going to give you a mobiliser. It's quite a frustrating mobiliser because you think, oh, I can't really move anywhere. But hopefully with time and frequency of doing these exercises while you can, you will improve. However, in terms of anatomically how we are built and physiologically, we cannot move massively anyway. We're just trying to stretch out that chest. So I'm on my hands and knees. A little word of warning for any participants about to join in that have osteoporosis. It's a massive range of movement in terms of the thoracic spine, so it will be limited to some of you out there. So to avoid this next movement, please. Okay, so my first position, I'm going to modify it in terms of any restricted shoulder concerns. So it's a bit of a bow and arrow, and I'm getting a stretch and quite a small range of movement, but nevertheless there is some movement still occurring in that upper back. I'm just trying to glance into the armpit, release. So it's a bit of an all fours bow and arrow. Okay, looking into the armpit. Moving on, if availability and you have access in the shoulders, I'm going to sweep the fingertips out. I'm going to try and do a huge open door. Release it back down. I'm staying on that same side. So I'm trying to open up, reach up. So imagine your back, your spine, and it is like a spiraling staircase. Okay, a corkscrew might be more appropriate for some of you on lockdown mode. So think about that action. We're trying to relax the neck as we do it. So I want you to avoid doing that because you will limit your range of movement anyway if you start in that position. So it's a bow and arrow first off. Okay, bow and arrow first off, looking into the armpit. Moving on, it's a big range of movement, open up. So that right there is giving me a huge open stretch for the chest. Okay, so that's phase one. You can then tuck that under, which I call my thread the needle, but mindful of posture. A lot of us are tight and we're probably sat indoors a little bit more than we normally would be, so just trying to expand and open that chest a lot more. So if I add on to that, guys, you'll be familiar with it. For those of you that are available to do this with me in class, we open up, but then I then take you through into a thread. Okay, so that's a really quite a nice stretch for the chest. You're getting mobilisation for the spine. I thread under. I do sit back a little bit. I might lower my head and have a little hover there. I love that. This is a lovely exercise. That feels quite frustrating on that bit. This feels quite rewarding. So right there, I'm getting a lovely stretch around here, the upper back, the shoulder muscles. And I'm trying to move my spine in the ways that we are designed to move, but because of habit, lifestyle, and just life in general, we don't tend to put our back through those ranges of movement. It tends to be a lot of forward flexion. So have a go at that. Just a quick reminder, any major back concerns, I would avoid that unless you've been cleared by physio or myself in class and you're happy with doing that. But osteoporosis, a definite no-no on that one. Again, any questions? So I've done that because it's more of a stretch and a mobiliser, because we've done a huge amount of stabilisation so far. I tend to do 4 or 5 on one side and then swap. By the time you've done 4 or 5, hopefully you feel that you've gained a little bit further up. Never force it. Work with what you have. Don't force it. Okay?